Howdy and welcome back to the channel where we go in search of wildlife photography. I'm Doug Wallace for the Wildlife Gallery. I want to apologize up front if you hear some wind noise, highway noise, shotguns going off. I just happened to be up at my farm here in central Missouri doing a little deer hunting this week and filming it as well on the Canon R5. In fact, that's what today's video is about. I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible, and as I'm talking, I'm going to start scrolling some video and images that I've been able to take with the R5 since I bought it last year. So what prompted the video is, after I purchased this thing, about 30 to 60 days afterwards, I put out a video on the tube here that said that the R5 was no better than the 90D that I'm filming on. And if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to leave a card or a link or something for you to be able to go back and take a look at that video. It only got about 2,500 views here on the tube, so not a whole lot, but I still get questions and emails on that video, and most of them are along the lines of telling me how wrong I am in my assessment. So the short of it is this: every one of those people were correct. I've not even picked up the 90D in probably 8 months. Everything I've done is with the R5. Thousands upon thousands of images. I got into wildlife photography in May of 2022, so only about 18 months. But I've taken thousands of images. I took a lot of great images with the 90D and the 100 to 400 version 2 EF lens. But out of all the thousands of images I've taken, I've only ever printed 4. And every one of those 4 was with this camera body here, and with a EF lens. That's the 600 version 2 f4 prime lens. And if I had to go back and do things, I would probably buy that lens first. In fact, I even put a video out on that lens when I got it in February of this year, called the Holy Grail Wildlife Lens. I'll leave a link to that video too up here somewhere in the description, a card at the end somewhere. But that is a deadly combo. So that, you know, I bought that lens used, and quite honestly, like I said, I wish I would have bought that lens and ran it on the 90D for a few months to see what those images would have been. I may not have ever bought the R5, except for the one reason that led me to buy the R5 ahead of that prime lens was this. I was up here at the farm, and I was sitting in one of my blinds, and I was photographing some deer with the 90D, and it's got that mechanical shutter. Well, they were close enough, they heard that shutter sound, and it spooked them out of the field. I left the blind that night. When I got home, I got on Amazon and I ordered the R5. So I probably ordered it and got it for all the wrong reasons as well. And then, you know, struggling like I was, I went back to Jan Wagner's R5 setup video, going through there and seeing how he done it. He set it up for dual back button autofocus. Mouthful for me. So I went through my R5 that night, set it up the way he had set his up, and I was still in the customize buttons function and going through there just playing around. And I'll be daggone if I didn't discover that all 3 of these buttons in the back you can program for different things. So I programmed my AF on for eye detect, the start button for a single point, and the very last button over there, I programmed it for a bird in flight and a zone autofocus. Man, guys, what a game changer that was for me, being able to get just good bird and flight shots and consistent results. I mean, 50 plus keeper rate by doing that. So that really changed the game for me. And if you haven't seen that video, that one I put out on triple back button autofocus, it's gotten like 12,000 plus views. Again, I'll leave a link somewhere for you to go take a look at that should you want to. But that, being able to set the R5 up with this triple back button autofocus and then having a nice prime lens, guys, I've taken some what I feel are stunning images. Like I said, I've only printed 4, but all 4 of them are from the Holy Grail wildlife lens and the Canon R5. And a lot of that is due to learning how to shoot as well. So I would tell you, another short of it is this: if we just treat these things like tools in our toolbox, if you break a tool or no longer like the tool you're using and you go buy a new tool and you treat that tool and use that tool the same way you used your old tool, you're probably going to get the same results. And that's what I was getting. I was using my brand new tool the same way I used my old 90D, so why would I get better results? Well, I simply thought at that time having a 45 megapixel camera over the 33 would just give me the results that I was looking for. They did not and will not until you change how you shoot, get a good prime lens, make sure your eye level, make sure you're checking your backgrounds. All these other things go into producing just a stunning image or a sharp image. All of these things come into play. So again, I'm going back to saying, well, if you're going to do all the same things and use all the bad habits and take them to your brand new gear, it's not going to perform any different, is it? And then the last thing in that is learning how to edit raw images as well. Like I said, I was brand new to this endeavor in May of 2022, and I am still learning how to process images and stuff like that. But with my wildlife kit, with this Canon R5 and the Holy Grail wildlife lens, guys, I don't know why I would buy a R5 Mark II or an R1. This thing is absolutely to die for. I wouldn't trade this thing for anything at the moment. This is my go-to. This lens here, I do a lot of video work and stuff with. It's the RF24 to 105 f4 lens. And anyways, yeah, that's my video today. I just want to update everyone how wrong I was on the R5 when I got it. And the reason why I was wrong and you all were right is I treated this thing just like I did the 90D, and so therefore I got the same results. Alright, thanks for watching, and if you would, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, that way when you'll know when I put out new content. And also, a lot of you out there may or may not know, I'm also a real estate agent, mainly into farms. I have another sister channel as well called Missouri Land Pro, and I've got a lot of other outdoor related things there, just about farm life and living the lifestyle. If you want to go over there and take a look at those videos, I'll leave a link in the description as well. Get out there, enjoy wildlife photography with whatever camera brand you decide to do it with. Just make sure you're having fun, but be safe. I'm positive somebody at home would like to see you again.